The morning of April 12, 1945, dawned cloudy in Washington, D.C. For Harry S. Truman, it was just another busy day. As vice president for only 82 days, Truman still often felt like a guest in the corridors of power. He joked to reporters, "I feel like I'm just here for the ride." But that afternoon, everything changed. An urgent summons pulled Truman to the White House. Breathless from climbing marble steps two at a time, he was led into Eleanor Roosevelt's private sitting room. She stood there, calm but pale. "Harry," she said, "the president is dead." Truman was stunned. The world tilted beneath his feet. He asked softly, "Is there anything I can do for you?" Eleanor shook her head sadly. "Is there anything we can do for you? You're the one in trouble now." Within hours, in a hastily gathered ceremony, Harry Truman took the oath of office. His hand shook slightly as he raised it, the Bible firm beneath his palm. He was now President of the United States, in the middle of the most destructive war the world had ever seen. The months that followed were a test of iron will. In hidden rooms deep inside the Pentagon, Truman was briefed about the Manhattan Project, the secret development of a terrible new weapon. When he learned of the atomic bomb, he felt a cold chill. Now he had the power to destroy cities with a single command. He agonized over the decision, pacing the wooden floors of the White House late into the night. In August 1945, he chose to authorize the use of the bomb, believing it would end the war and save countless American lives. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. The world changed forever in two blinding flashes of light. After the war, peace proved just as hard as war. Europe lay in ruins, and Truman watched the Soviet Union's shadow creep over Eastern Europe. He announced the Truman Doctrine, promising American aid to nations resisting communism. Then came the Marshall Plan, pouring billions into rebuilding Europe, not just as charity, but as a shield against tyranny. When North Korea invaded South Korea in 1950, Truman acted swiftly, sending American troops under the United Nations flag. Critics called it Truman's war, but he was resolute. Freedom must be defended, even at terrible cost. In 1952, weary and battered by criticism, Truman decided not to run for re-election. As he left the White House, he told the new president, Dwight Eisenhower, "You'll find yourself all alone, just like I was." He returned to Independence, Missouri, where he lived modestly, walking the streets without a bodyguard. In time, people came to see him not as the small man who stumbled into power, but as the president who made some of the hardest decisions in history, and did so with courage, honesty, and a stubborn sense of duty. Harry S. Truman had not wanted greatness, but when it came knocking, he answered.